everyone. Thanks for watching our video today. We are here to talk about the Cape Cod and the Islands tour that we are offering for September 15th of 2023. I'm Marcia Forsey and I work in the group department at Magic Cruises and Tours. And you also see there Kate Black pictured there on the slide. You might know us from previous group trips or your own individual travels. Over the years, we've worked with many travelers, including the nationwide retirees, family and friends since 2008. There's our office in downtown Old Worthington. We've been there since 1988, so that's 35 years. You can also find us online at magiccruises.com. We have set up a web page for this trip for the nationwide retirees. It's magiccruises.com/nationwide. You can get information there anytime and feel free to contact us by phone or email. It's groups@magiccruises.com. And we're excited to share this special tour we have for the nationwide retirees, family and friends. We want to make sure that you know that friends and family are welcome to join on the trip. It's not only for retirees, so feel free to invite other folks. With us today, we have Tina Tiano representing the Globus family of brands. Hi, Tina.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's my pleasure to be here with you this morning. I'm so excited to talk about one of my favorite places in the United States, and that's the New England area. It's stunning. It's beautiful. But before I get into the itinerary a little bit, I want to tell you just a little bit about Globus. For those of you that may not have traveled on us before, I know many of you have, but we are one of the world's leading tour operators. We have a variety of brands under our umbrella. We have our first class tour operation, which is Globus Escorted Touring, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more specifically what we offer in just a minute. But we also have our award-winning river cruise company, Avalon Waterways, which I know some of you have traveled on before. So if you're interested in a river cruise, please see Magic Cruises about that. And we also have our Cosmos brand, which is also escorted touring, but includes a little bit more adventure-packed itineraries with a little bit more free time built into them. So if you're a little bit more of a free spirit, you'd like to take multiple trips a year, you're maybe a family traveler, Cosmos may fit the bill for you. And there's one brand that we just incorporated to kind of cover people that are traveling independently. We do have our Independence by Globus as well. So what's included in your Globus first class tour? Well, just about everything. I think we've put together itineraries that sort of have a really good balance of things that are must-see sites along with free time so you can explore on your own, because we know that's very, very important. But it included in every Globus escorted tour, we always pick first class centrally located hotels that are in the heart of the city. We have VIP access to a lot of the major sites that you're going to be seeing. So that means you get to skip the lines. We do have probably some of the best tour guides in the business. Our average length of experience is about 23 years of experience, and they really kind of bring the destination to life because many of them are from the area that you're touring. So you get to get that insider information. We also have some of the best transportation available. We'll be taking you around on Mercedes-Benz motor coaches. They have plenty of leg room, which is very important, and plenty of seat room too, which sometimes I need depending on what time of year I'm traveling. After the holidays, definitely. But on board every motor coach too is free Wi-Fi, so you're always connected. You can always connect with those at home or post pictures to social media. So you always have access to that. And we also have electrical outlets if you need to charge anything whatsoever. So we really try and take you in comfort. Last, but certainly not least, is something I use all the time when I travel with Globus, and that's our app. We have a Globus Go app, and as soon as you book, you can download the app. It's free of charge, obviously. It will include not only all your documents and all your important information, but it'll also include your day-by-day itinerary. So it'll give you added bonuses and added extra things to do on your free time. And I used it all the time when I travel. And the thing I love about it is I get a lot of insider information. And I'll give you an example. I was in London and I wanted to go to a really local pub, something not in the city. And it literally GPSed me from my front door of my hotel through the tube, which is the London Underground, to a little neighborhood. I got off and it actually walked me right to the front of the Prince William pub. So I was able to go inside and have some beer with the locals. I felt like I was in a little neighborhood setting. So it has that kind of information right at your fingertips. So you always have the latest things to do, things to see in your free time. So it's a really good added addition to really make your vacation the vacation of your dreams.
That sounds great.
So let's talk a little bit about this itinerary. I love this itinerary. It's one of my favorite parts of the country, and I think Magic Cruises has really picked one of the best times of the year to travel here, which is in fall, September 15th to the 22nd. So you're going to start to see some of the colors that you see in this picture here with the fall foliage. But what I love about this itinerary is it gets all the highlights of New England in the Massachusetts area. So not only you getting to see Boston, but you're also getting to see Newport. You're getting to be based in Falmouth, and you're going to go to some of the best islands. Oh my gosh, you're going to get to go over to Nantucket. You're going to get to go to Martha's Vineyard. And then you're going to drive up to Provincetown, which is probably one of the most scenic drives in all of New England. And to do it at this time of year is truly magical.
Yeah, I think it'll be great having that home base in Falmouth for 4 nights of the trip.
It makes it so easy, Marcia, you're right, because you unpack one time and it's kind of nice. So you start off in the great city of Boston, if you've ever been there, and it's an amazing city. It has so much to offer, and there's so much history involved here as well. One of the things you're going to get to do is, obviously, this is the Old North Church, Paul Revere there in the front, one if by land, two if by sea. So you're going to get a local guide on the Freedom Trail that's going to take you on all the historical hotspots throughout Boston. And you're going to end up at a place that you may have been to before if you've been to Boston, but it's a must-see site. It's Faneuil Hall, which is now a marketplace with lots of shops and restaurants and so forth inside. And on the very top of Faneuil Hall, what you see here, the little grasshopper, is actually a time capsule that was put there in 1742. So you'll have information and just what's nice about our tours is we supplement all of our guides with local hosts too. So you'll get to hear that insider information and little tips such as this.
Yeah, who would have known that's what that is?
I know, right? You'll have some free time in Boston too. And I'm going to recommend a couple of things that you do. You can use your app to do this, but Boston has a fantastic Italian section. And I can attest to this. My last name's Tiano. I have had some of the best Italian food outside of Italy in this area. So it's a great place to go mingle, people watch, maybe have a cappuccino, a little wine, but definitely have an Italian dinner while you're there. And another really fun thing to do on your free time is Boston's purported to be one of the most haunted cities in the United States. So they have a lot of night walking tours through the city that are based on ghost tours. So you'll get to hear all the local legends and some of the fun things to do. So if you're traveling with somebody that's interested in a little more history, this is kind of a nice, I think, take on it as well.
Yeah, that'd be different. Yeah.
Yes. So where you're going to be staying once you leave Boston in Falmouth is the Seacrest Hotel. And what I love about this hotel is it has a real New England feel to it. It's not a huge high rise. It's built right into the existing area. And you have a beautiful beach, private beach that you're going to have access to. And during that time of the year, you'll still have some really pretty nice weather. I think usually late September, we have sunny days. Might have crisp evenings, but it's a great place to come out, maybe sit in the sun a little bit. So here's another shot of the hotel, as you can see, but there is an outdoor pool. There's an outdoor jacuzzi. Every room has a little mini fridge and also coffee makers. And I believe, Marcia, isn't there an indoor pool as well?
Yeah, I believe so. There is. Yeah.
So you'll start your tour at Plymouth Rock. So here is actually Plymouth Rock, as you can see. So this is where the Mayflower landed in this area to commemorate the escape from Great Britain. And another thing you're going to get to do, which I think is so much fun, is you're going to get to go to a working cranberry farm. So if you weren't aware, cranberries are actually grown in the water. So you're going to get to see how they're harvested, and you'll also have samplings of some really delicious things, cranberry-based foods such as cranberry sauce, jellies, and so forth. So it just makes for a really kind of fun local favorite. And we're going to feed you on this trip plenty. And one of the fun trips that you'll get to do as far as dinners is we're going to take you to a lobster dinner. You can't go to New England without having some lobster.
That's right.
They have some of the best. So some of the things you're going to get to do, this is Hyannis, and Hyannis is kind of the stopping off point for a lot of the islands nearby, Martha's Vineyard and also Nantucket. So you're going to take the ferry from Hyannis and take it. The first trip you're going to take, day trip, is over to Martha's Vineyard, which happens to be one of my favorite places. It's charming. This is the little town of Oak Bluff on Martha's Vineyard. It's all these Victorian houses, and you'll probably see some things that are familiar to you, even if you haven't been there, because this is where they filmed Jaws. So some of the towns in areas will probably look distinctively familiar as you walk around. So another day trip you're going to do is up to Provincetown. So you're going to drive up to the very tip of Cape Cod. And the drive is probably one of the most scenic and beautiful because you'll have the ocean on both sides. It's really stunning. And when you get to Provincetown, it's probably one of the quaintest, most charming little New England towns.
Oops, I skipped one. There we go. There's
Another day trip you're going to get to do from Hyannis is Nantucket. So you'll be able to take the ferry over from Hyannis. The ferry in and of itself is an amazing trip because it's so scenic and you're on the water. It's absolutely beautiful. And Nantucket has just a wealth of not only just beautiful scenery, but great shopping, great dining as well. You'll get to see a JFK Memorial here, but you'll also get to see the Whaling Museum. So it's so interesting to hear the history of how whaling came about. So lots of information here as well, a lot of local flavor. And from here too, you'll also get to go to Newport. So you're going to go over to Rhode Island. So you're going to go to Newport, Rhode Island, which is a very upscale yet charming and quaint town. And you'll get to see the Vanderbilt summer home. So you may have, yeah, their cottage. This they call their cottage. It's probably one of the most scenic and opulent homes you'll ever see. I think we have a shot of the inside of it. And it is stunning. So as you walk around, I know many of you have probably been to the Vanderbilt House down in North Carolina. This rivals it and is probably even more opulent, as you can see here. So it's definitely one of the highlights that Newport has to offer. So from here, you'll end your trip back in Boston, and you'll be able to, if you want to extend and spend a little extra time in Boston, you're able to do that because it's such a great city. You may want to stay a little longer and absorb some of the local flavor. But that'll end your escorted tour with Globus through New England.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, they'll go back to Boston and they'll be there in time to have a flight out that day if they want to. I love the fact that on a Globus tour, all the details are planned out and you don't have any worries about where are we going to be staying? How do we get there? It's all taken care of.
Yeah, I think we have a really good mix, as I mentioned before, of seeing the must-see sites, but also giving you that free time to enjoy the local culture and kind of soak it up on your own. So I think it's really well designed for you to have a stress-free vacation. You don't have to worry about where am I staying, when am I going to see this, how am I going to get here? It's all taken care of for you.
Yeah, it sounds great. We already have folks who are booked on this tour. We have just about 10 seats left. So you can give us a call, send us an email, check out the website. To make your reservations. Deposit is only $300 per person, and the final balance isn't due until July. So we hope you'll join in the fun and take this wonderful tour. And thanks a lot. If you book in the next 2 weeks, you can also get an extra discount. So that's going to be a good bonus for making your reservations now. Thanks a lot, Tina.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.